Welcome to Over 30s Gaming. Come and have fun in the gaming verse with O3G. Welcome back to Over 30s Gaming. Of course, as you guys saw that new intro I tried to do. All right, so we're here to talk about the Reclaimer. As you can see, those two photos come through. So, I've got to do some research on Facebook today while, off my off time in between stuff while I was at work doing a little bit of scrolling. Not in me. But I happened to see some cool things that I guess are coming out in patch 4.3.2 with the Reclaimer, excuse me. And what I am seeing has been one of my biggest gripes I've had since I have seen the ship and we have started using it inside of our organization. Currently, I think we have 3 in our organization, and I love doing salvage missions. I actually think that's a really cool part of gameplay. However, I think that the Reclaimer definitely needed a quality of life update. And I don't mean like even gold standard. I mean like a basic quality of life update. The Reclaimer seemed to have quite a bit of issues when I started doing it with my buddies in the game that I noticed that really irritated me. And that was the cargo and how that has all been done. So, as you can see here, it looks like they have actually made it to where the cargo will now actually be viable. That back cargo elevator will now be useful in hopefully this upcoming patch. As you can see here in 4.3.2, the amount of distance that they put on that cargo elevator is drastically increased. I would say anything above an 8 SCU will now be able to be dropped, and it will be fantastic. You will no longer have to have someone sitting in the seat constantly hitting the up and down button for the elevator, or open all exterior, close all exterior, just to be able to knock that cargo off of that elevator. You will still have to have some person on the ground. Should that cargo elevator, I think, drop a whole lot more? Yes. I think that cargo elevator should actually drop all the way down to the ground. But, I am not a ship designer at CIG, and so I don't really know. Now, with all the salvage updates that they're currently doing with changing the monetary value and stuff, I don't necessarily agree with. Because I mean, we still need to be able to make money, and they're making it harder. So they're making it harder and making it not as profitable. To me, that does make no sense. So whatever, because now that you're stripping everything, you now have to refine the products to be able to make them into a sellable product. Supposedly, the Kramer is getting a refinery. However, it's like you're going to make the stuff sell for less, but you're going to make me do more work to be able to sell it. That doesn't make sense. Why would you make something harder to do and then decrease the amount of payout you're going to get for it? I mean, it was kind of the same concept, I guess, when they did the cargo update, when you now have to manually move cargo. We are now having to manually move cargo from the Reclaimer to the freight elevator, move it to the freight elevator, take it down, store it, and then go to the commodities market, which is normally a shuttle away, so that's going to take you time to get there, and then to sell it. And sometimes you could even get to those stations and it's not currently sellable at that actual time, which can be a little irritating. I know a person in my organization, it took them 3 days to be able to sell everything that we currently had in the reclaimer from, I think it was about a 2 hour mission, which we were currently doing in the backdrop now as I speak, where, we went on one, we stripped it, we found a A2, went and stripped that, and then I think we found a Polaris later. And it was funny too, because those larger ships, even now, you fracture those ships and then you pull them in. Heck, the reclaimer barely has enough room in it to be able to totally fracture and pull in all the components of a capital size ship or higher. It's like, look, you fracture a A2. I think the reclaimer has a max of 250 cargo, and I think the A2 was like 138. Like, that doesn't leave you much room. I think that needs to be something that needs to now be addressed on the reclaimer if they are updating that back cargo elevator, which I've been complaining about since 4.0. When I first went out there with another person in my org, and we tried turning it in, and we did the 8 SCU boxes. That was just a hellacious experience pulling them off that back elevator. And the problem is the central elevator, you can't fit 8 SCU boxes or larger through that door. Like, make that door larger. I would actually prefer if you made that door larger and make it to where I can put cargo in and out of the reclaimer through that central elevator. I mean, that central elevator does go through all 3 levels. It goes through the cargo hold, the cargo for the refinery, and then the refinery floor, or the floor where it makes you be able to spit everything out in the actual cargo boxes. So lately, 4 SCU cargo containers was your go-to, and then in I like to call it the Bumblebee cargo area, make the cargo stackable to the top. So you currently at CIG think it was a smart idea to make such a tall area to be able to store cargo, but only be able to stack 4 SCU 4 high? Like, make it make sense, man. I really need CIG to come in on a, I guess you could say, sub-capital ship and just do a quality of life update. You don't even need to bring it to gold standard. Just a quality of life update for storage ability and access. Like, I love the fact that it has the small little one person, as you guys saw in the video, the one person elevator in the front of the reclaimer to be able to take you up. And then in the midsection elevator, it's the big elevator that takes, you can fit like a lot of stuff on. I know for a fact you can fit Moabs on because we stole those from the A2, and you can take those Moabs through that cargo elevator up. I will actually show that now.
On the elevator.
Say what?
I don't even know if those will fit on the elevator.
Yeah, they're fitting. I can fit two at a time. We could store them in the cargo section of the ship. Like, you can take Moabs, which are huge, probably bigger than I think torpedoes, put them on the cargo elevator, go and store them in that area. I think that cargo elevator needs a lockdown. I heard supposedly they have made a cargo grid on one of those 2 elevators. I don't know which one. If it's the back elevator, totally retarded. If that is that central elevator, CIG, you're doing something right. You have the right idea. As long as the doors are making it to where we can now pass 8 SCU cargoes and higher through those doors, it will be a perfect concept, and that will be a great quality of life update. Now, with this coming in, is this kind of a sneak peek or whatnot? I'm not an Eva Cotty person, so I don't know. Those pictures were something I saw on Facebook. Go back, press pause, and look at them. But I think that this will be a fantastic update to 4.3.2, and I can't wait to see this patch when it comes out, hopefully tomorrow or the day after. I hope you guys like this little sneak peek what I think is possibly coming to the Reclaimer. I hope you like the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think. I want to hear what everyone else thinks about the Reclaimer and just a quality of life update. I want to hear your guys' opinions. But other than that, please subscribe to the channel, trying to get to 500 subs, and I can't wait to see you guys in the future. And don't forget, keep gaming, gamers, and have fun.